Tonight from the campus of Washington State University on this Veterans Day, as we thank those across the country who have served this great nation, including our stage manager, Frank Slusser. In this corner of America, it's called the Palouse, and tonight, for the 279th time, a meeting between the Idaho Vandals and the Washington State Cougars. Two guys who met each other there, guards for these two teams. Calmise came to Washington State from Washington. Colton Mitchell, who drew the charge, came to Idaho from Idaho State. Idaho coming off a tight loss with UC Davis back on Thursday night last week.
And Idaho with a bigger starting lineup tonight.
LaJuan Watts drains a three for the first points for WSU tonight in the 279th playing of the Battle of the Palouse. Tyson Rose spreading a needle down to Tyler Linhart. Banging bodies on the block, and he's swatted away by Ethan Price.
And you can see Ethan Price.
Marcus Wilson stopped up in the key. Dane Erikstrup trying to get it done on the dribble, and he uses the window for a pair.
Hardly really has to jump down there, contests without fouling, and then turning it to offense. The very next possession, Erikstrup. That allowed Idaho to just go after him.
Slow starts have been a bit of a problem in these first three games for Washington State as Dane Erikstrup pulls up for another. He's got four now. ND Okafor in for the Cougars.
And inside out, Washington State loves paint touches.
A little trip. We'll get there tonight. LaJuan Watts stopped by Julius Mims, threw it up. ND Okafor, there's his first Cougar bucket. Trying to lift the lid on this rim here, middle of the first half.
And like I said, ball pressure. Washington State is just heated up.
High jump title in Montana at 6 feet 9 inches, Julius Mims. ND Okafor showing that he can get up as well for Washington State. Okafor, a matchup there with Julius Mims, an all-defensive team member out of the Big Sky last year. This time he goes in on Tyler Russ. And 3 buckets already for ND Okafor. This one could finish with 3 points.
Cougar uniform. Just a consistent scorer right here. Beautiful pass through the window by Nate Calmise.
Mitchell trying to drop it to Brickner. He's able to just save it. A three from Tyler Russ. It was grazed by a Cougar. LaJuan Watts with his eyes up down the floor.
Russ waiting for a few seconds for that
pass. A dunk for ND Okafor. Look back at this dunk for Okafor. Coward just leveled JoJo Anderson.
A beautiful pass.
Coward gets double up on the baseline. LaJuan Watts finding Ethan Price, who's able to barrel his way down on Isaiah Brickner for a pair.
And look at the battle down there. I mean, Tyler Linhart is fighting for his life down there against Dane Erikstrup.
Doing a pretty good job. Has to step out on Erikstrup, who hits a three right over the top of his outstretched hand.
And if you push me out of the paint, all good. 2 feet beyond the three.
Marcus Wilson lets his arrow fly, and a bullseye for Wilson here in the first half. Our crew tonight, here's a look at it. Well, the three a moment ago, I should say, from Marcus Wilson on his first college bucket.
Looks at the rim or in the mid-range, or from three, mostly from three.
Mitchell lost the handle. Isaiah Watts, 2 Cougars on his right side. He takes it himself, but he gets teed up. 6-0 Cougar run.
Oh my goodness, the body control. Kind of slows down here, takes the contact, the separation with that left hand to clear just enough space to get over Jack Payne, who is 6'6".
Wilson had his first college bucket a moment ago, and now he's got his second three-pointer as a Cougar.
And that's the chemistry that they just haven't had time to develop, right? First game for Okafor.
Calmise all over it on the ball thrown into the backcourt. Russ tight on Erikstrup. Price bouncing Coward. Lots of time in the gym for those two to work on that move.
Big man with so much stroke. Get it inside, get it out.
Final shot coming here in the half for Washington State. Coward to Eric Strupp, 2 to shoot. Lets it fly, and he beats the horn here in the first half.
For Cedric Howard, and then ball movement once again. The skip pass, a bad closeout.
We see so much of that in college basketball now. It's evidenced on both sides of the floor tonight. Guys that just have this great trajectory. Nate Calmes is one, and he steals and slams to open the half for Wazoo.
And all the momentum going the other way. Speaking of cookies, hands in the cookie jar, Calmes going the other way.
3 fouls in 2.5 minutes for Jack Payne out of the locker room. Dane Erickstrup had a 3 before the break. That one gets a little kiss.
That's the kind of play that inspires your teammates. Erickstrup sort of the filling in on the roll.
WSU's put up 20 3-point tries. They average 31.5 a game.
Seems like a lot.
Top 40 in the country. A block from Ethan Price.
And then the other end, Price, just too big.
In which Eric Strupp hit a 3 before the break.
Everybody from Washington State who's played has scored.
The second time the ball has gotten jammed in between the rim and the backboard.
It's got to be good luck, right? I don't know. As we take another look.
Isaiah Watts back in for the Cougars. He picked up 3 fouls in the first half. His third came on a technical, celebrating a made basket. Upon checking in, gains a little space, uses the window, and he almost gestured again.
Sees a little bit of open window. Stops on a dime. See ya. Off the glass. Here with the women. It's going to be phenomenal.
Cedric Coward rejects Jack Payne midair out of the timeout. And then LaJuan Watts takes it in on Kyson Rose. His take 2 is good. Play.
Take a look at this. Cedric Coward is tired of getting beat on those inbounds plays. That's a 7'1" wingspan, folks. Gets up.
LaJuan Watts trying to post up Jack Payne on the block. Remember, he's got 3 fouls. Payne.
And again, the battle down low. Look at Payne and Watts going at it. Watts will take that dub. Just took advantage of a few bumps, right? You can get such an advantage with just one bump without fouling. And got to his hips.
Watts, after breaking down Payne, the easy finish.
The intensity right from the start has Cedric Coward. But here's Watts going in. Coward really working on his defense this season, as we mentioned. Wants to get to the next level at the NBA.
Watts hits the B button in the lane.
He is the reason the Cougs have made 4 of their last 4 field goals.
He's the reason. He's got the last 8 Washington State points. Dane Erickstrup.
Watts, a double-double machine. The shot doesn't go. I got your back, Dane. He is everywhere.
Some great shout-outs at BYU and Washington State on the opening week.
Nearly beat BYU in Provo. The new head coach. Beautiful jumper there from Nate Calmes. Impressive, though. Just shows you what kind of athlete he is. Got up, touched it, and
some defensive output against a Washington State team that scored an average of 95.5 the first 2 games. Calmes on the drive, and a chance for 3 for Nate Calmes.
The way he adjusts to the contact here, a little bit of a hezzy, draws contact and kind of uses it against him with that shoulder, clears enough space so he can just kiss it off the glass. The difference when he transferred to Washington State, everybody here is held accountable, from your leading scorer to your walk-on.
Kyson Rose rejected by Cedric Coward. They're coming out towards the table like they're going to signal a foul call.
Coward's 3rd block of the game here, though, going up against the big man. Unafraid. I used to play 4. I know what it's like.
After the block shot, inadvertent whistle, and it was a ball that would have been collected by Dane Erickstrup. That's why possession ends up with Washington State. And Nate Calmes stays on fire.
And get to the rim. Back to Calmes, though. Coming off what looked like a staggered screen. You have to use every single minute in the non-conference to get better as a team.
Cole Mitchell, oh boy.
Here comes ND Okafor. erases the shot at the rim. Nothing's easy here, fellas.
He's sticking with it and raising up for the bucket with another chance for a three-point play tonight.
Things that he is doing to help out this Cougar offense and defense. 3 for 3 from deep.
Richter trying to go in on Coward.
But on the other end, Coward just affecting the shot here.
Dane Eric Stripp, it was an illegal screen last time down. See Greg Nixon say he kind of slung his hip out. Coward trying to drop it to Okafor. Got it through there, and Andy Okafor finishing with the hook over Julius Mims.
But that's what he does. When you get close to the rim, he just makes it tough, and then the patience.
Tonight, kind of a rock fight between these two teams. Separated by just 8 miles on the Washington-Idaho border. Isaiah Watts fouled on the jump shot.
He's coming alive in this game alone. He's finding his pace, and then Cougs, Isaiah Watts, hit some tough threes to get back into that game. But especially with ND Okafor, he changes your offense. You can go big.
Oh, that's big for Andy Okafor, skying up for the dunk. Little showtime here in the second half in the 279th Battle of the Palouse.
A rough night from beyond the arc.
Into the post, Lawan Watts. Oh, he put the spin cycle onto the baseline for the easy 2.
And Pribble really encouraging that play. You got to encourage what you want to see out of your team, and that was a good read by the defense.
Ethan Price knocks it in from straight on.
He's going to hit some threes. Cedric Coward is going to score more. He's averaging 20 and a half, and tonight only has 4 points. Kudos to the Idaho Vandal defense for making Washington State do what they didn't really want to do, potentially.
And Idaho, it's early. I think they project out as a pretty good defensive team. They were last year. A better defensive efficiency. Ethan Price trying to throw down. He's met it on Jaden Stevens.
And another volleyball-style block, but a blocked pass.
The 11th most played matchup in college basketball history. Washington State and Idaho. Two coaches who know each other so well, exchanging pleasantries at the end of it. As in the 279th meeting, it goes the way of the Washington State Cougars. And in 3 straight games to start the year for Wazoo, this new look Cougar offense, 90-plus points in each of these first 3, and they are off to a perfect start here this season.
And impressive to see their numbers from the floor. 52% field goal percentage. Didn't shoot it as well as we've seen them shoot it from 3 at 31%, but they took care of the ball early on. It was a little chaotic, and I think that's going to be something David Riley looks at. So you don't have to climb out of a hole, and you don't have to do that. You insert your dominance early on. But again, so many players getting in the box score. 5 players in double figures, led by Nate Calnese. It doesn't have to be Cedric Coward. Only 4 points tonight. Multiple scores, versatile offense.